You're not alone. If you need someone to talk to today, please contact Crisis Services Canada by either calling them at 1-833-456-4566 all hours of the day, or you can text them at 45645 at 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, you're not alone, and Crisis Services Canada is here to help. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this special Wednesday night edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. I'm your host, Graeme Forsyth. Coffee with Graeme is brought to you by AETi, Fabricland Winkler, and Evolve Green. And I know that I said it's a special Wednesday edition of the show, but it seems like we're doing more Wednesday editions of Coffee with Graeme than Tuesday editions. So who knows, this might become the new normal. Hoping, not crossing my fingers, that we get our technical difficulties sorted out at some point for our Tuesday episodes. But yeah, we're live all across our network right now on our Facebook at ASTV Productions, on our Twitter at Amateur Sports TV, as well as our website at astvproductions.com, wherever you guys are choosing to watch this edition of the show tonight on ASTV Productions. We want to thank you, me and everyone at ASTV. And yeah, we're going to have 3 guests in total joining the show tonight, all hockey guys, I guess you could say that. And these first 2 guys are players. They're newly acquired players from the Delisle Chiefs from Fort Knox in the Prairie Junior Hockey League. It's 0-1 forward Shane Collins and 0-3 forward Kylen Taphorn joining the show tonight. They're going to be joining the show to talk about what it's like getting traded to Delisle, just speak about the specifics about that, as well as some of the places that they've played in their career in hockey up until this point before joining the Chiefs. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming in the 2 first guests on tonight's edition of Coffee with Graeme, Kylen Taphorn and Shane Collins here on ASTV Productions. We got the 2 boys in right now. It's Kylen Taphorn and Shane Collins, new members of the Delisle Chiefs, joining me on this edition of Coffee with Graeme. Boys, how are things going where you guys are at right now?
Go ahead.
Just going good. Just getting ready to move to Saskatchewan right away here. So
yeah, about the same. Good. Just finished last shift of work and moving up this weekend. So getting close to the season and getting close to school here.
Yeah, right on. And just hearing those words, getting close to the season of 2021-2022, how excited are you guys to get things rolling here for the season and your new digs with the Chiefs?
Pretty excited. Get back on the ice. It's been a hard year with getting shut down pretty early this year, but hopefully next season everything will be different. We get a full year of hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. Played a total of about 10 games last year, so pretty excited to get back into the full season rhythm. Yeah, haven't really touched ice much in the past couple of years, so definitely excited.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you and Kylen speak for almost every hockey player out there and every athlete, just saying you guys want to play again, and it's going to be exciting to see for sure. Let's talk about the trade. Just when you guys found out about the news that you guys were going to be going to Delisle to play your next year of junior hockey, what was that like finding out about the trade?
I was pretty excited. I was going to Saskatoon thinking that I wasn't going to play hockey, and then Jared contacted me and told me that they would trade me to Delisle, and I couldn't turn it down. I was pretty excited about it. So
yeah, about the same. Jared contacted me. I wasn't really sure where I was going to end up. I knew I needed a trade though due to school's reasons, and when I found I got traded to Delisle, I was pretty excited. I knew they were a good team, and I know they had a good history the past 10 years. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, you guys are going to be joining a team that is going to have 11 returnees joining the team again this season, as well as they've added players like you guys and some other players and trades. Just, getting that opportunity to come to a team like Delisle, like you said, Shane, just speaking about their history, a team that's been successful in the past. Just how exciting does that sound, knowing that you're going to be playing your next year of hockey for a team that's had success in the past?
Yeah, it's definitely excited. It's knowing you're going into an organization that's won the past 10 years. It's a good thing not knowing. It's a little different when you're going into an organization not knowing what you're going to get, but you feel pretty confident knowing that you're going into an organization that wants to win and that's going to compete and wants to win a championship. So yeah.
And for you, Kylen?
Obviously it's pretty exciting. You looking at the previous years they've had, it's obviously something that you can't really turn down, knowing that you're going to an organization who takes winning pretty seriously. The past years I've had with my hockey, I think I can get on a team. I could really use a team that knows how to win and has the winning mentality. So
let's speak about just you first off, Kylen, and then I'll get Shane to answer the question. But you guys as players, what type of players is Delisle going to get on the ice from you, Kylen, first off?
I feel like I can be a two-way forward. I can play pretty good in the offensive zone and put some pucks in the back of the net, but I can also play some pretty good defense. I feel like I'm a pretty physical player. I feel like I can make up plays and I can set up guys in the offensive zone too. So.
And for you, Shane?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to come in and be a big offensive threat. But I take a lot of pride in my defensive game too, killing penalties. But along with my defense, I'd love to come and contribute in a big way with goals and points and on that side of the puck too. So.
Yeah, and the head coach and GM of the team of Delisle, Eric Ditto, said, they feel that this trade takes us from a good team to a strong contending team. Just hearing those words first off from head coach and a GM that you guys are going to have a chance to play for, just how huge is that coming in for you guys' confidence?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Kylen. Okay. Yeah, it means a lot hearing those words from him. That's actually the first time I heard that, but yeah, for him to say that out loud or publicly, it means a lot that this trade was big for him, and yeah.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, and just with them hearing nothing but good things about you guys, that's also something they've said. They've heard nothing but good things about both of you guys on and off the ice, and can't wait to see the big things that they will bring to this organization. Just speak about you guys off the ice, just what type of individuals you guys are when you aren't playing hockey or when you guys are in the dressing room.
Definitely. I like my biggest probably hobby is just hanging out with my friends. I like being around the guys. Related to hockey, that's probably my favorite part about the sport is going in the dressing room and you're seeing those guys, 4 or 5 times out of the week, sometimes more. And yeah, that's probably the best part about it is seeing those guys, and you build great friendships along the way doing that. So.
Yeah, I feel like when you join a new team, you meet everybody, you create bonds with them. You get to know everybody, and you got all those buddies. You got a new family, so I'm pretty excited about that part.
Have you guys had a chance to talk to any of your soon-to-be teammates at this point?
I've got a text from Chad Westman. Actually, he just wanted to welcome me to the team, and that was nice to hear before, instead of walking into the dressing room and not knowing anybody. But so yeah, that was good. I had a little talk with him. So
that's great. That's awesome. For you, Kylen.
Yeah, I got a text from Chad also, so it shows that they want to welcome the players to the organization. I think that's a good start for them.
Yeah, and just speaking about Chad, I want to find a text that Troy Suster sent me just talking about him. Saying that he's in his 6 years, started with this team when he was 16. You know, a guy that's been around junior hockey for such a long time at this point. For you, especially, Kylen, with you being an 03 forward, this really going to be your first opportunity of getting to play a full season of junior hockey ever. How huge is it going to be to have a guy like Chad there by your side to kind of mentor you in a way, potentially?
It's gonna be a change, and I think if you have a guy like that, show you the ropes a little bit and get you kind of in the groove of things, I think it's huge. Just jumping into it with nobody to really show you the way, it'd be a bit of a challenge. But I think having him there, it's gonna be easier to get into the groove of things. So.
For you, Shane, just of course you've had experience playing in the MJHL here in Manitoba for the Neepawa Titans, who are now the Neepawa they were formerly known as the Neepawa Natives. Yeah, they were formerly known as the Neepawa Natives. Just for you to come into a team like this to bring some of the experience that you've already had playing junior hockey, just how huge do you think that's going to be for you to bring your experience to the team this year?
Yeah. I'm looking to bring a lot of leadership to the group and make the dressing room having a good vibe in the dressing room all hands down, and having Chad in the dressing room. I looked at, he's been with the team for 6 years or something. So having a guy like that in your dressing room is to be on one junior team for 6 years is impressive.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Just, impressive to say the least. Just talking about some living arrangements now, are you guys going to have a chance to live with a billet family, or are you guys going to be living on your own? What's going on with that?
I'm gonna be residing in Saskatoon, just on the outskirts of Saskatoon, so I'll have to make the drive to Delisle every time. So
me and a couple of my buddies are renting a house in Saskatoon just so I could be closer to the university instead of. And then I know there's a lot of guys off the team that are from. What I heard from the coaches, there's a lot of guys off the team live in Saskatoon, so it'd be good to carpool to back and forth from practice and games and whatnot. So,
yeah, no doubt about it. Going to be some fun rides to the games for sure, and practices like that. Just speaking about one more thing before we go to break, you guys have spoken about how you haven't really had a chance to touch the ice in these past 2 seasons, just obviously due to the pandemic. How excited are you guys to finally get with this team and be able to hit the ice with them for the first time?
I'm pretty stoked about it. The past few years, my second season of AAA got shut down, and then last year we played 7 games. So I'm looking forward to playing a full season this year. Hopefully a full season, and be a competitive team.
Yeah, super excited, really excited. Basically went to Neepawa and played a total of about 2 games. And then I came back and played another 4 or 5 with Fort Knox, and then we were shut down. I think we were shut down in January. So it's been a long time coming. It probably 8 months since I've touched the ice, or game situation ice. But super excited to get started again.
Yeah, for sure. It's just going to be so exciting to see how the season rolls out with everyone having a bizarre year off, basically, from hockey, from aside from playing maybe a couple games or a few games here and there. We're going to go to our first commercial break in this edition of Coffee with Graeme. I've been joined by the newly acquired forwards on the Delisle Chiefs, Shane Collins and Kylen Taphorn, on this edition of the show. I'll be right back with Shane and Kylen for more here on Coffee with Graeme. Stick with us. Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme here on ASTV Productions. I've been joined by Kylen Taphorn and Shane Collins on this edition of the show. They're two newly acquired forwards from Fort Knox. They got traded to the Delisle Chiefs. They'll be playing their year of junior hockey there this season with Delisle in the Prairie Junior Hockey League. And yeah, I've just been talking to Shane and Kylen about the trade so far. We're going to continue talking about, just their careers, where they played at up until this point before joining Delisle. So starting off with you, Shane, like you said, you were only limited to 4 games with Fort Knox this year. You put up 2 points in those games. Just talk about what that experience was like of going there after spending some time with Neepawa before in that 2020-21 season.
It was a lot of fun. I knew a lot of the guys going there. I had a lot of buddies from being on previous hockey teams with them. So yeah, knowing the guys going in made it a lot easier to jump right into the action and build close relationships with the guys. And the coaching staff was really good. And I had a tremendous amount of fun with the guys.
Yeah, and even though it was, short-lived, it's nice that you were able to have an experience like that. Just speak about from day one joining that organization, just how they were able to treat you as a player.
So I kind of, when I got back from Neepawa, I wasn't sure if I was going to play hockey. I might have just went to school, and Jared actually reached out to me and said, give it a chance. And I said, okay. And I went out for a practice, and practice was a lot of fun. And we got to see all the guys, some of the guys I haven't probably seen in 3 years. So I spent a lot of time in the dressing room after that practice. And then basically after that, I told Jared that I was going to play. And I kind of had my mind set on that.
Yeah, it's awesome that you had that opportunity to play hockey, even though it would have been nice for you to go to school. Just always nice to lace those skates up again, because you're not sure how many more opportunities you're going to get right in junior and stuff like that. Just how thankful are you for teams like Fort Knox and a team like Delisle for continuing to give you opportunities to continue playing?
Yeah, very thankful. It's nice to know if you ever get caught or traded somewhere, or something gets shut down like last year, there's always somewhere you could find to play hockey. You can, even past junior, there's senior hockey, and you could keep playing hockey if you want right till you're 40, right? And that's the great thing about the sport.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You could be playing beer league until you're like 70, 80 years old if you want. Just depends what shape you're in. We'll move on to Kylen now. Kylen, you've had a chance to play for Yorkton, the Mullers, and the U18 AAA Hockey League in Saskatchewan for the past seasons. You've posted 13 points and 91 games played with that team, put up some hefty penalty minutes as well with 121. But just speak about your time with Yorkton and how it treated you throughout those years.
My first season in 2019, that was all 3 of the seasons. We didn't win much games, but I felt like my individual progress and me getting better skill wise took a big jump. I think that the coaches we had in there the previous 2 years, we had Cody Botel and Ed Zawatsky. I think that they were focused on a lot of individual development and a lot of team stuff, and I thought that was great. I thought that they really wanted everybody to become the best players they could and play wherever they wanted. So I thought that the organization is great for doing that.
Speak about how you were able to develop throughout your seasons playing with Yorkton, just from the start to the end of your time there, of just the type of player that you became.
I felt like I became way more physical. I worked on my speed. I worked on my shot. In the individual training, we had the PEP, Power Edge Pro. We got those previous 2 years, and we worked on that a couple times a week. And I felt like that really helped you gain speed and take off faster, and then work on your hands also. So they really focused on that a lot. So
Yeah, it's great that they focused on that individual skill like you were able to receive, in your last season. I mean, in 2020, 2021, this past season with the Mullers, you had a chance to wear the C. Just speak about how special that was for you to be rewarded with that letter.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. It was a big change being that guy in the dressing room, but I felt like it was pretty easy on me. We had a great group of guys the previous year, so I didn't really have to do much. All the guys were pretty much all focused on the game, so I felt pretty honored to wear the C, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Always an honor to wear a C like that, as any hockey player knows, for sure. Just a special moment having that on your jersey. Let's talk about you again, Shane. You spent 39 games with Neepawa in that first season, put up 6 points in those 39 games. That team ended up finishing last place in that league or their division. I'm not sure which one, with a 13-43 1-3 record. Just speak about what that season was like, of going through the ups and downs with that Neepawa team in 2019, 2020.
It was really good. Off the start before Christmas time, we had a real tough time. I think we won 2 games before Christmas or something. And then we were like 2-30. And then after that, we kind of took off a bit. We were very, very young. A lot of grade 12 guys on our team and a lot of first year junior guys like myself. And after Christmas, I think we won 13 games or something like that, or I can't remember what our record was. But yeah, so up to Christmas time, it was pretty rough. We still had fun as a group of guys, and kept believing that we were going to get better. And after Christmas, it finally came. We kind of put it together. So.
Yeah, and even though you guys, didn't have the exact results you wanted, to finish off strong like that, just for you and for the team, like you said, how you guys were very, very young, just to have that type of finish, what did that do for not only you, but the other players on the team, for their confidence?
Just knowing that, like, you could see the progress we made all year. Just from what I said, we won 2 games up to Christmas time, and it was hard. It was hard to get through that. And then after, like, we were getting more and more and more competitive against like some of the top teams in the league we were finally beating. And it was huge knowing that, like, we knew that we weren't going to make the playoffs that year, but coming the next year we could come in and we could be a very good team the next year. So it was really important to us.
Yeah, and no doubt about it, when you guys are able to have that belief at the end of the season or any point in the season, it's always going to be huge. Just for you, how did you feel like throughout playing in an environment like that, where things weren't always going good, and then in the good moments as well, that you developed as a player in your year in Neepawa?
Going through definitely, you have your ups and downs going through that stretch. Guys, you get some guys down in the dressing room, including myself, and but eventually you have your teammates to pick you back up, right? That's what your captains and your assistant captains are for. We still had some older guys. We had a few 20-year-olds, and they were our leadership group, and they were able to get us going again and pick back up and jump back into practice and get ready for the next game.
Do you feel like that could be something that kind of underrated you could bring to a team like Delisle? Maybe when you guys are struggling, knowing for you that you're going to come in and, get minutes with this team, for you to just say, hey, I've been through this before. We can get through it if we just stay confident, if we keep our heads high.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I can make a huge impact that way with leaders, probably not wearing a letter this year, but like joining along with leadership group, I feel like I could have a huge impact on the team that way.
For you, Kylen, you've had a chance to actually play in a junior hockey game with the Yorkton Terriers. You dressed for one game during their 2019-2020 campaign. How huge was it for you back then to be able to get that shot to play in a junior hockey game for Yorkton?
No, it was huge. I started the game first line with my brothers just for the first draw there, but it was huge. It gave me a shot of confidence, and it gave me something to look forward to in the future playing junior hockey. So
Yeah, and for you getting what would you say were probably the biggest takeaways from your first ever junior hockey game?
Just the speed of the game. Just how seriously they take it, and how fast the game moves, jumping from midget AAA to the junior. That's one thing that I really took away from it, and I felt like the intensity was a lot higher than AAA was as well. So
Yeah. We're going to move into some final questions here before we end off this part of Coffee with Graeme tonight. For you guys, it's been a while, obviously, for a lot of people in this country, for a lot of kids and junior hockey players and just athletes in general, of getting to play consistent games. Just from the training you guys have been doing so far, getting ready for the season, what would you say are probably the biggest things that have improved in terms of strength or maybe some other things?
Probably my biggest thing is my mindset and my strength, definitely. Again, I haven't skated a whole lot since January, but still been going in the gym. But mindset, definitely the biggest thing. You're excited to get back into it, and I feel like my confidence is through the roof right now. So that's definitely my biggest thing going into the season this year.
Yeah, I feel like my confidence is up there too. I've been working out. I've been trying to improve my speed and my strength also. That's one thing that I need to get up there. So I've been really focusing on that and trying to get that up there.
One quick question for you, Kylen. Just this is going to be your first full season of playing junior hockey. Just how excited are you to get that opportunity to show the league what Kylen Taphorn is made of against like some older competition?
Oh, I'm pumped for it. I've always wanted to play a high level of hockey, and here's my chance. So I'm obviously pretty excited about the opportunity, and I think couldn't have ended up any better going to school and playing hockey. So I'm pretty excited to hit the ice and compete with some of the older guys even.
Just for you and Shane, I'll ask Shane the question first, and then Kylen, you answer second. Just heading in, I'm sure that you guys have some goals set out for you already. What are some of the goals that you guys are setting for yourselves heading into that first season with Delisle?
Biggest goal is team success. Last year, junior hockey, I'd love to come in and win a championship. Personal goals, I'd love to be right up with the top point getters. And biggest thing is my plus minus. I'd love to have a high plus minus. Sitting around 0 is probably no good, no matter how many points you have. But yeah, and that comes along with playing defense, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think for team aspect, I'd like to win another championship. But personal, I think I'd like to be around a point per game, and then play play a little bit more physical and clean up the sloppiness. So.
Well, should be interesting to see. One more thing. When do you guys hit the ice for the first time in camp?
I think it's the 17th weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
17th, yeah.
Yeah,
right on.
And
yeah,
I think we have a few skates before that too, if we want, if ice is in early enough. So.
Oh, right on. Well, it's going to be awesome to see. You guys get a chance to play this season, for everyone that's in attendance in your games, and just awesome for you guys to have a chance to finally get some games under your belt again at this point in your guys' hockey lives. I'm going to let Shane and Kylen go now. You two, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Wednesday night and joining Coffee with Graeme tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me on here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. That was Shane Collins and Kylen Taphorn joining me on this edition of Coffee with Graeme. First off, on this Wednesday night edition of the show, we're going to send it to another commercial break or two before we bring in our next guest. His name is Chris Kirwan. He is the assistant coach of the Swift Current Wildcats in the Saskatchewan female U18 AAA Hockey League. He's not backstage yet. Not sure if he got the email I sent him for the link, but we're going to check that out now. Until we come back next on Coffee with Graeme, stay tuned, watch some nice commercials here. And yeah, we'll be back in just a moment with the next guest on the show here on Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions.
Why go solar? Solar is better than ever. Our revolutionary design and inverter equipment with the latest in solar panel technology for the ultimate in-home and business security. That's right, I said security. Grid security and security of your home are linked. Fortify your future today with a battery backup system. No maintenance, quiet running. Did you know in Manitoba, grid-connected, off-grid, and battery backup systems are 100% right off in the year you purchase for any company or farm? Do you want to back up your internet, keep your tills running, and the lights on? We can install a system that is right for you with battery backup fully capable of taking on all those essential loads and keeping you running. When you call our experts at Evolve Green, ask about getting your free energy audit today. Call or email today to find out what system works best for you. 1-866-5EVOLVE or support@evolvegreen.ca. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.evolvegreen.ca.
And welcome back to Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. Of course, Kylen Taphorn and Shane Collins, newly acquired forwards on the Delisle Chiefs in the Prairie Junior Hockey League, join me first on tonight's edition of Coffee with Graeme, as I should say. And yeah, you just heard from some of our sponsors in Evolve Green as well as AETi. The link is in the description for you guys to check out their Facebook pages if you want to potentially contact them for some business or get involved with them. But yeah, welcome back to the show. We got our next guest in the studio now. We're going to bring him on now. It's Chris Kirwan. Chris, looks like you're in the great outdoors. How you doing? Joining us on this Wednesday night.
Yeah, just got off the combine. So
yeah, nice to kind of chillax and do some talk some Wildcats hockey, eh?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll get into it now. The team finished fourth last season with a 2-2-0-1 record. This year's team has 14 returning players. You guys added 6 new players, of course, 4 players aged out. But just looking back at last season, I spoke to you last time when that season was going on. Just what was it like for the Swift Current Wildcats in 2020, 2021?
Well, I would say it was kind of a disappointing season for us, just the way it all played out. I really don't think our record was an indication of what kind of team we were. And We'd played Regina and Notre Dame is all we'd really, and Weyburn, I guess, were the teams we played. So, and we thought we were going to stack up pretty well, but I guess just the way COVID went down and the way the whole thing kind of disappointing end to what we thought was going to be a pretty good year for us. So.
Right. And yeah, disappointing to say the least. It got cut short, and I don't think we were able to really see what this Swift Current Wildcats team had in store, because you guys had players like Callie Arnold, Amaya Girodier, Bailey Kirwan, so much talent on that team. Just disappointing we weren't able to see it roll out. But just speaking about the team this year, 14 returning players. What's the expectation for this group coming into this season?
Well, I think we're built to win now, right? With 14 returning players and really only 2 true first-year players. Other kids that we did bring in, and we're all AA midget kids. So we're a veteran team, and we're excited. I don't know if, on paper, if we've ever been this deep. So, like I said, I think we're built to win this year, and I mean, that's the expectation for this group, just like last year and the year before. Kind of, we want to be in the mix come playoff time. So I guess that's kind of our expectation. I think talking with Terry and Blake, they would probably agree with me that that's where we want to be. So.
Yeah, for sure. One of these players that I think will be huge for you guys this year is Ava Metzger. Of course, she's had a chance to attend Team Canada's U18 summer camp. Just speaking about how huge that's going to be for her development going through something like that heading into her final year.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to having her back. I mean, she's a kid that we had our eyes on for quite a while, and we're lucky enough to land her last year. We only had, the 6 games, but I think she was just starting to come into her own and, getting the confidence to use that size and the ability she had. So I think the sky's the limit for her this year. Hopefully there ain't too much pressure on her, pressure that she puts on herself, but I think she's going to have a big year for us for sure.
Yeah, and you yourself, you get to work with the forwards on this team. Just speak about, you spoke about how this is such a deep team, but just having a player like Ava and other players there, just how excited are you to have the chance to work with this forward group once again?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said before, I think, our top 6 are as deep as anybody else's top 6 in the league. And I think even maybe what we call our 9 and then a couple rookies coming in. I think, we are as deep as I've seen since I've been coaching. And I think this will be my 9th year behind the bench. So we're excited. We brought Kiana McNinch in. She played a couple of years in Battleford, and then last year was in Lloyd. Now going to end up here, and I think she's going to open a lot of eyes. And Thompson, and then Wittane and Keller, and we're excited. I mean, we can't wait to get on the ice and get this season, and hopefully we get to do some unfinished business from the past couple of years. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's going to be so exciting to see. And I'm excited to see this new group of players that you guys have brought in, adding 6 new players to this team. Just speak about the new players that you guys have had a chance to add.
Well, we've added a couple 06s, the Price girl right out of Swift Current, and then a Jones girl kind of out of that Dinsmore country. Those are our only 2 raw rookies. And, you never know with, they're both skilled players, and you just don't know whether, how big a role they're going to play. A lot of times it might take till Christmas time or it might take the first year, but with the depth of our team, I don't think we have to rush them. That's for sure. And then we brought a goaltender in at a PA. She played AA last year, so she's going to take over for Amaya, and hopefully her and Aurora can give us solid goaltending. And, and then kind of another Olivia Kirwan, my niece there. We bring her. She's a local kid there that played AA. And then an Urridge girl out of Looseland, so we brought her in. and we're excited. I mean, it might take a little while for some of them to gel, but I think there's enough skill and raw potential there that we can run 4 lines at a team all day long.
Yeah, and even though you guys lost a player like Bailey Kerwin, who established herself as arguably the best player coming into last season, but obviously one of the top players in the league, Cameron Johnson, Callie Arnold, losing a goaltender like Amaya Girodier too. Just speaking about it, even though you can't truly replace these players, how do you think that this depth is going to, kind of compensate for the players that you've lost?
Well, it's like every year. I mean, we seems like we lose players every year, and everybody wonders how we're going to replace them. And that's hopefully you're preparing these kids to step up and take on bigger roles every year, and that's going to fall on Ava and Kiana and Jersey and Sadie and Thompson and some of them girls to step up and fill in for Callie and Bailey. And then on the back end, losing Cameron, she was just kind of starting to come in her own in her final year kind of thing. A big D man there that I don't know if we quite ever got to see her full potential, from an offensive standpoint. So, but we got 5 returning D, and we're excited. We think that we can, replace. You hit the nail on the head. You never really replace them, but hopefully other kids step up, and then Amaya is going to leave a definite big hole in the crease, but I hopefully Aurora can step in. I heard she had a really good camp at SAS First, and I think that should be good. And the young kid, or the kid from PA, I think she'll you might take a little while to get used to AAA hockey, but I think the skill set's there that we should be able to replace the holes.
Just speaking about how you guys scouted this year in terms of looking to bring new players in to fill holes, how did this year compare to other years in terms of just not being able to see these girls in game action the year before, like other years would say?
Yeah, it was definitely it was a tough year. I mean, we're fortunate enough that we only had to replace 4 kids, kind of thing. So it's not like we were replacing a whole bunch, but and we had some kids right in our backyard that we knew about, and then kind of the tough thing was we were only allowed 8 kids on the ice, and we were doing skill session and trying to watch, and you don't ever really get to see the compete level and that kind of stuff. So you kind of trust people, and hopefully the skill, and then do as much homework on them as you can, and kind of talk to them as much as we could, just to get a feel whether they're kind of going to fit the the Wildcat way, I guess we'll call it. So
Yeah, for sure, the Wildcat way, love it.
yeah.
Just talking about Aurora Van Warmer, you guys as goaltender, like you said, had a good camp with in the Sask First female under 18 fall camp. She was named to that top 27 team roster for that fall camp. Just with her only getting 1 game of experience as a rookie last year, stopping 26 of 29 shots in that game, for her to have this type of start to her season, I guess we could call it that. Just how optimistic are you guys about her this season in the pipes?
Well, I she's one of these kids that's probably got affected most by the COVID thing. She's never really got a chance to, show her stuff. So, and all I can say is that she showed up at work, at practice every day, face shot after shot after shot through everything, and I seen the hard work. Now, hopefully, the hard work of doing that shows up for her and for us for this year. I mean, she's a big kid with a lot of raw ability. So, she's the type of kid that I think she can definitely play college hockey if things go right for her.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what her season is going to be like this year. Of course, with you guys losing Amaya, losing some assurance in the net there, but should be interesting to see how Aurora does this year. Last thing before I let you go, the team is hosting Saskatchewan Female U18 AAA Hockey League Showcase on October 2nd and 3rd at Fairview West Arena. Just give us the details on that, about what the showcase is going to involve.
Well, I hope it's I get all of our clubs together, and it's more about promoting our league and giving the scouts an opportunity to maybe see everybody in the same place. And I talk to a fair amount of scouts. Terry does, and I think Saskatchewan's opening a few eyes, in the NCAA and for sure in the CIS, and even the D3 programs down south. So we're hoping that this gives a little more exposure to, our league and kids, so that we can push more kids off to college. And that's league wide, not just our program, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Well, a great opportunity for you guys to have a chance to host that, and it should be interesting to see how that goes for sure. Chris, we'll be talking probably, or at least I'll be talking to maybe some of your players too as the season gets going here coming up in 2021. As always, great for you to come on the show. Even though last time you joined us in the morning, you're joining us in the night now in the great outdoors. Thanks for coming on, Chris. Have a good one.
Sounds good, Graeme.
All right, take care. And that was Chris Kirwan, assistant coach of the Swift Current Wildcats in the Saskatchewan Female U18 AAA Hockey League. We're going to take it to our final commercial break here in this edition of Coffee with Graeme. Stick around. I'll be back with some final words on this edition of Coffee with Graeme after the commercial break.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. It was nice to be joined by Shane Collins, Kylen Taphorn of the Delisle Chiefs, as well as Chris Kirwan, assistant coach of the Swift Current Wildcats, in tonight's edition of the show. And it's good to be back here on the network for Coffee with Graeme. It's been a long time, I guess, since last week. We only got one episode out to you guys last week. Couldn't get any more out because I was on holidays. Falcon Lake got some nice weather there. It stormed on Friday, but other than that, it was really nice getting out to the cabin for a full week. And yeah, we're back, and we mean business here on Coffee with Graeme. Going to be a lot of fun to get to not only cover the Swift Current Wildcats this season in the Saskatchewan Female U18 AAA Hockey League, but all the other teams in the league as well, or as many teams as we can get on our shows moving forward. We're also going to be covering some Manitoba Female Hockey League. Moving forward this year, we covered it last year on MFHL season coverage. We're going to combine that into our Saskatchewan coverage on our Tuesdays, which should be a lot of fun. We're going to have MMJHL coming up as well, and some other hockey leagues for you guys to see here on Coffee with Graeme that we'll be covering consistently throughout the season. Pretty sure we're going to start doing it maybe next week. We'll start covering those leagues into more depth. But yeah, the next episode of Coffee with Graeme will be coming out to you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. It's going to be a baseball special. Since the Elmwood Giants ended up winning their fourth straight championship in the row, I thought, why not have two of their members on the show? We're going to have Ed Kulik, general manager of the Elmwood Giants, on tomorrow's edition of Coffee with Graeme, as well as one of their players in Garrett Graham, who was a huge part of their success this year and them winning their 4th straight championship. That's coming up tomorrow on Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions on Facebook. You can also check it out on our website at astvproductions.com. But until tomorrow, folks, I've been your host of Coffee with Graeme, Graeme Forsyth, signing off now. Before I do sign off, I want to thank you, the viewer, for taking the time out of your Wednesday night and choosing ASTV Productions to watch Coffee with Graeme. As well, special thanks once again, I guess, I'm not sure if I already thanked them, but to Kylen, Shane, and Chris for coming on the show tonight and being the guest. And also a special thanks to the official sponsors of Coffee with Graeme in AETi, Fabricland Winkler, and Evolve Green. But until tomorrow, folks, I'll see you then. Graeme Forsyth signing off now, telling you guys to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace. Peace out, everyone.